Time for today's sentence. Everybody sit up straight and tall and 3, 2, 1.
For years, MCPS has used rigorous academic standards that exceed those required by the state of Maryland. With challenging curriculum that emphasizes the preparation of all students for college and the workplace, MCPS students have consistently outperformed their state and national peers. Recently, Maryland joined most other states in the nation to adopt the new and rigorous Common Core state standards. These new standards, developed in a joint effort of 48 states, will become the foundation for what MCPS teachers teach and what MCPS students learn in mathematics and English language arts. The new standards align closely with the college and career-ready focus already strongly in place in MCPS. Shifting to the new standards will be easier for MCPS than many other school districts. The Common Core standards are already the foundation for the elementary integrated curriculum currently in use in most MCPS kindergarten and first grade classrooms.
I think in MCPS we've really been looking at instruction that goes beyond some of the MSDE expectations. And many of those things have shown up in the Common Core standards, so I think we're really well positioned in terms of moving forward with implementing that.
The Common Core standards clearly outline what students need to know at every grade level in English language arts and mathematics. With the ultimate goal of preparing students for college and careers, the Common Core standards emphasize deep understanding of content.
I often tell teachers this is really what they've asked for a long time, and one of the things that I had looked forward to when I first began to write curriculum is the idea of being able to spend greater and more in-depth time in elementary school taking content to what's generally considered a deeper level.
Under the Common Core math standards, MCPS will make adjustments to the timing of when some content is taught, and students will receive a stronger foundation in number concepts.
I've been really excited about Common Core ever since I first heard about it. I think the biggest impact for us is going to be that it focuses more on number concepts in K through 5, and that's really what's developmentally appropriate. For a very long time we heard from teachers that kids were coming to the upper grades without having a really good foundation in number concepts and number sense, and this curriculum really does focus there and allows us to have the time to do that for kids.
Number concepts, which include counting, place value, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and working with fractions, are the focus of the Common Core math standards in the early grades. Spending more time on those concepts will provide students with a solid foundation for more complex mathematics in middle and high school. The Common Core also will reorder when some math content is taught. For example, content previously taught in grade 2 will be taught in grade 1. This will help create a stronger math curriculum.
So you may see content of Math 2 currently appear in grade 1 of the elementary integrated curriculum.
It's called a hundreds chart. Everybody say hundreds chart.
Hundreds chart.
Many examples exist for number, because number is a real focus of the elementary and middle school Common Core. So a student in grade 1 now will be looking at a hundreds chart and saying, well, this is 10 more and this is 10 less, or this is 1 more and this is 1 less, based on this mathematical tool, which is a content that was usually achieved in grade 2.
The Common Core standards emphasize teaching fewer concepts so students achieve mastery over the course of a single school year. MCPS's current curriculum introduces 6 different strands of math in the early grades. Under the Common Core standards, students will learn fewer math concepts in the early grades. Students will have more time and opportunity to deeply master those concepts, much like students in Japan and Singapore, where math achievement is very high.
Teachers really before felt like they were having to just cover concepts and then move on right away, even if kids didn't come to full mastery. So now we really are able to do that, and teachers are finding that they have a lot of time to really make sure kids understand and at the same time reteach and accelerate instruction along that same strand, which is really what's developmentally appropriate and what's best for kids.
Getting a deep understanding is especially critical for MCPS students already working above grade level.
I see working toward Common Core standards is going to be a win-win situation for accelerated students. It's win-win, and that we can still accelerate them and allow them to have the depth that they need within each of the subject areas without skipping over topics to make sure that every topic is covered. And so it really is a benefit for students and teachers to adopt these standards.
In English language arts, the Common Core standards focus strongly on writing instruction.
The types of writing instruction that the Common Core has recommended also work out very well with what we've been trying to do in MCPS, although we will have to make some changes. The Common Core places a great emphasis on argument, writing argument. And in elementary school, we've been using the language of writing to persuade, which is not exactly the same as writing to argue. And so I think we'll need to look at opportunities in elementary school to work on argument writing, what the Common Core calls opinions based on knowledge and information.
In middle and high school, the Common Core recommends more narrative writing, telling stories, in addition to writing argument. The standards also focus on the use of visual text and opportunities for students to use a variety of multimedia tools as they hone their writing skills.
And in terms of rhetoric and argument, we're always looking at what kinds of data are being presented to us.
In Martin McCarrick's high school English classes, students are already using a range of multimedia and technology tools to perfect different types of writing. Mr. McCarrick runs a virtually paperless classroom.
It's so easy to assign a writing piece, but to teach writing takes a tremendous amount of time. And the alignment of the state standards, the MCPS, with the new core standards clearly says that in the workplace and all of those other places, we're talking about writing arguments, explanatory pieces, narrative, and then at the same time, how do you integrate such things as visual rhetoric? How do you integrate a moving picture or a still picture that will create a message that many words could not?
Sharing responsibility for literacy is another key emphasis of the Common Core standards.
One of the features of the Common Core standards is that literacy is an integrated process. And that means that reading, writing, speaking, listening, viewing, and understanding of language are an integrated whole. You don't separate them out to try to just do this and just do this. Similarly, literacy is a shared responsibility among content areas. In this, we are already going in the right direction with the elementary integrated curriculum, where science and social studies and writing, perhaps, and reading, other literacy skills might be combined in the same lesson in the same product. At the secondary level, that's always a bigger challenge. But it's very clear from the Common Core standards that opportunities to develop literacy needs to really deepen and will deepen in students' understanding if we do that across content areas.
So how soon can parents and students expect to see changes to the MCPS curriculum? By next fall, MCPS anticipates that all kindergarten through second grade classes will be using the elementary integrated curriculum, which is based on the Common Core standards. That curriculum may be extended through fifth grade within the next 2 to 3 years. For middle and high school, no curriculum changes or adjustments to course offerings are likely until 2013, but MCPS educators will be planning for those changes and gathering community input over the next year. The state of Maryland will also be working with other states to create assessments that are aligned with the Common Core standards. Once these assessments are designed, they would likely replace the current MSAs. With its years-long emphasis on academic rigor and preparing all students for college and careers, MCPS is well prepared for shifting to the Common Core standards.
The business of English language arts is still the business of English language arts. We want kids to learn how to read and write and think critically. The Common Core standards talk about laying out a vision for what a literate person should know and be able to do in the 21st century. That's a really tall order. But I do think we've already been going in that direction by trying to prepare kids for college and the workplace.
I think the first thing parents need to understand is that this is good for kids. Change is always scary, but I think once they see how much more their students are really learning and understanding about concepts and learning flexibility in math thinking so that they can really take things that they know and apply it to different areas, they will really be excited.